Oh, uh-oh, error. Try again. What's that supposed to mean? Can't even work my own chat. That's terrible. Happy Halloween. Try again. Oh, confirmation. Happy Halloween. And happy birthday. Those in the chase may or may not know that it's Whitey's birthday today. They should do. It's a very important birthday. But happy Halloween. This is when the veil is finished. Finished? Finished? I said finished, but thinnest is what I'm trying to say. But some things are finished. And not a good idea to do stuff today. Just forewarning people, it's not a good idea to do stuff today in the sense of trying to send stuff out. It really isn't a good idea. So, where to start? At the beginning. If you get stuck, go back to the beginning, Forrest said. So, it is vital that no one shares the secret of the location of the treasure. Or in other words, it could be, it is, O faithful, that no one shares the secret of the location of the old faithful. So is there a secret at Old Faithful? And nobody, it's vital that nobody shares the secret of the location of Old Faithful. Words don't mean what you think they do. If not for my name, Forrest said. And you could say the same for Father, because with everything that Satan has done, if not for the name Yahuwah, he would have nothing. It's all been destroyed and changed. That's a really harsh statement when you think about it. The creator of everything has everything. The creator of everything, universe is everything, everything. The creator of everything has nothing if not for his name. Like he would not exist and he would have nothing if it weren't for the fact that he has one name for eternity. And that one name keeps him known. Man, that's harsh. The being that we all owe so much to has nothing but his name. And without that, he is nothing. Because everybody believes a person called God, Jehovah, Yahweh, Baal, Hubal, whatever, or somebody else called Jesus. And yet, if not for the name Yahuwah, he would have nothing. nobody would even know of the existence of the creator of everything. You know how I know? Because Forrest is the same. Forrest is not his real name. It can't be. Yet he is the creator. Confirmation. A bit like Father Yahuwah. He is the creator, but nobody knows he exists. Forrest has a different name and nobody knows it. We only know the creator is Major Forrest Burke Fenn. The person who really created the chase, the real name, no one knows. And no one knows the name of Yahuwah. Although they know it, they just don't say it. Because they've been made to think that it's something else. That's very harsh, but very similar to the thrill of the chase. So we know that Forrest said, if you get lost, go back to the beginning. Well, the beginning is creation, or the beginning is the thrill of the chase. That's what he wanted to call it. And yet he was spiritual. And if you're spiritual, you should be understanding that you chase nothing. You attract. There is no thrill of the chase. You attract what it is you need. You create it in the unseen and you bring it to the seen, which is how the energy got from the unseen to the seen. So we have two creators, one of everything, everything. I'm not sure about time though. I don't know if Father is claiming that he created time. He created all the existence and everything, but did he create what we perceive to be linear time? That may have been something to keep us away from the truth. Forrest used to tell us, I'm going to water the trees, do the weeds. A very spiritual thing to do. Or you could say, I'm going to honor my ancestors. Because the tree, as we all know now, is of the family, a family tree. I'm going to honor my ancestors. But pulling up weeds, what does Forrest mean by that? We all have a light and dark within us. And we have to balance that. And we all have a masculine and feminine with us. And we have to balance that. And we all should live as authentic as we possibly can. In other words, don't try and be like anyone else. Don't try to be better than anyone else. Don't feel as though you're worse than anyone else. Just be you. And the weeds that you pull are your own weeds. If you are the garden and your garden is full of weeds, it's because you don't do any weeding. It's because you don't do any weeding. Like you don't care. As long as that little bit of the garden's all right, give a shit. And then you wonder why your life is not what you want. It's because you're basically telling the universe you're happy with the shit that you're in. And you don't want to get out of the shit that you're in, so you won't do any weeding. So, what's best for you will possibly be best for everyone else if it's done for the highest good in the proper sense of the highest good. Not just what's best for you, but what's best for everyone. There's a lot of stuff happening in the world now, and it has to happen, and it's going to keep happening until what? What is going to end it? Oh, peace for everyone, not just for the one, not just for the few, not just for the many, but for everyone, every being in every realm of existence. That's what's going to end it. Now, Father is weeding. As I told you, excuse me. As I told you, judgment, karma, whatever you want to call it, I call it learning the lessons of being a little shit and understanding that you can't be a little shit. That's not the way to be. So if you can't be a little shit, what is it that you have to do to get by in life? Hey, Captain Kid, how you doing? Happy Halloween to you. Woo! Yeah. Like I say, the veil's thinnest. I can't speak English. But don't do anything silly because it's going to bite you up the bum, big style. I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding. And I can't help that people hate themselves enough to want to hate me. I can't help that. I don't hate no one. There's not a hateful bone in my body. I don't hate anyone or anything. Well, I don't know. I don't like being cold. Not, yeah, I don't like being cold, but it's the draft. So it's having a draft. That's what I don't like feeling a draft. And there are times that I feel a draft, and I have to, confirmation. I have to sort that out. Have a spooky evening. Yes, it's 21:01, 9:01 here in the evening. Won't be long before the ghosties and ghoulies and spirits will make their way back to those people that they want to send them out somewhere. But I can assure you, today's not the day to do it. There is just so much. Well, today's just not the day. It simply isn't. Hope you have a spooky evening too, Captain. Life is really simple, or it should be. Absolutely 100% really simple. You do the very best things that you can for yourself and for everyone else. I don't mean, going to the nth degree and putting yourselves out all the time and giving all the time. I mean, just watch what you eat. Confirmation. Watch what you eat. Watch what you drink. Keep yourself, busy mentally, physically. Not saying bloody, you don't have to go down the gym all the time and eat lettuce all the time and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, there's a soul inside you that exists within this temple that we have, and you do what's beneficial for yourself as a human being and beneficial for the soul that's inside you. And you remember that your ancestors are still with you, your loved ones are still with you, animal spirits, star beings, fairies, dragons, whatever. Because it's all energy. It's all energy. And Forrest knows that. And Forrest told us that. Like his church is in the mountains and along the river bottoms where the fairies are. So we live in a world of energy. And I suppose 0 point energy is a good energy. And I would suppose that if we could harness 0 point energy, we would not need all of these fuels. Oh, confirmation. More confirmation. The destruction of the earth. Ravaging the earth in order that we can get around, stay warm, power machines or whatever. We don't need to do that. And we were told, oh, global warming, blah, blah, blah. And then we're told, actually, no, it's not really that bad. Because they just have an agenda. Everything's just an agenda. We'll tell them this because we want to feel like that. And we'll tell them this because we want to feel like that. And we'll tell them this because we want to feel like that. And Forrest touched on it because he talked about the big boss, flat, to let the tires down on it. I can't remember what he called it. Big cheese, cream. Remember the fat cats? The cream. How did they get in the position that they are in? And most of them will say hard work. They'll say the devil. Or they'll say God, because God is the devil. Or Satan. Or Jesus. Same thing. But different. So I entered the thrill of the chase. And really, Forrest should have known there is no chase. You don't chase, you attract. It's called the American Dream. Could have just called the book The American Dream. Because you're supposed to spend your time chasing something that's already yours. It's already yours. Your inheritance has been stolen from you by these fat cats, these big cheeses, these people that call themselves the elite. They've taken it all from you. And they give you this incentive of chasing the dream. No. In your dream, use your imagination and get what it is that is owed to you, because imagination is more important than knowledge, Forrest said. And the reason why imagination is more important than knowledge is because in your imagination, you can slide out the window and down the fire escape, and you can live whatever life you want in your imagination. And if you get really good at it, you can make it real. Like you can imagine it out there somewhere in the unseen. And if you imagine well enough, it it comes into your reality, which is why the wealth transfer is taking place. It doesn't belong to them. They didn't earn it. They didn't work hard. And yes, it was Satan. Yes, it was God. Yes, it was Jesus. All the same thing. But it was not Yahuwah. It was not the mother, and it was not the father. They did not help these evil people achieve what they have. We did. They took it from us. They took our power. They took our energy. They took our inheritance through contracts we didn't even know we'd signed. And yet, all the while, they tell us exactly what they're doing, except we don't even know that. But there it is. If you look, you will find it. Most people find it on The Simpsons. But it's all around you. And they're trying to con the universe, Father, Mother, Source, angels, spirits, whatever you want to call it. They're trying to con them by saying that they're looking after us. Nope, you've been found out. And you're being judged for all the things that you did. And they're bad things. Really, really, really bad things. And you're being judged for it. And I might add, I hope it's harsh judgment, because you fed on the young. More appetizing for you, more beneficial to you. Now, I don't know if Forrest knew all of this that was going on. It's quite possible that he did, but he wanted to get it out. Or it's possible that he wanted to be top dog, the big cheese. The CO, remember I did a video of Colorado and the CO? If he wanted to be the honcho, remember the honcho scrapbook? He wanted to beat him, flip the coin. He's going to come back and he's going to make sure he won. Who is he really fighting? Who is he really telling us about, talking about? What was he really saying? Well, he says, don't trust anyone, not even me. Not me, him. Don't trust anyone, not even me, being him. Excuse me, confirmation. Because if we turn that to creation and the person we believe is responsible for creation, we can't trust anyone, not even God. If we can't trust God, we can't trust Jesus. If we can't trust Jesus, we can't trust anyone. So we trust no one. But our imagination and our intuition. Because in all the BS, no, in the 15% embellishment, there is some truth. In the Bible's case, the embellishment is God is the person who created everything. No. Trying to big yourself up there? No, you didn't. And yet, with the thrill of the chase, Something better was created, something sovereign in the Bible. Written in the Bible. This sovereign thing that's been created is written about in the Bible. And the hint to it is on the front of the page, which is something like MENSA to shine on aka MOTO. Or Neo from the Matrix. So this thing, this sovereign thing, was written about in the Bible. And it's happening right now. And yet, if Forrest Fenn had come to me and said, Mario, I'm thinking of setting up this sovereign invention, whatever. I'm thinking of setting this up. What do you think? I go, no, I've said this loads of times before. No, no, Forrest, no. No one, nobody is going to want to be interested in that. It's fake. It's not real. It's virtual. The whole chase was virtual. The whole chase was fake. Everything about the chase was fake. Everything about life is fake. It's virtual. We live in a matrix. Shit, it always seems the same, doesn't it? The chase and life. You can't get away from it. It's fake. It's not real. Words don't mean what you think they do. Nothing is as it seems. Shit, how the fuck are you supposed to live? By knowing yourself and being true to yourself. That's how you live. And taking back your power and cutting all the cords and severing all the contracts and being your best you. That's how you're supposed to live. And there's fuck all that they can do about it. They like to think they can, and they try to do all these things, and they fuck around and find out that they shouldn't. And I don't care if you think I'm heartless. I don't. Because I know I'm not heartless. Had enough warnings. I sent out my love as much as I could. I said as many times over and over again, it's best that you don't hate looking at the mirror. Because what you're seeing is you. It's not me. And what you're attacking is you, not me. Or any of the others that this has happened to. You are not attacking them. You're attacking yourself. And that will continue for as long as you can manage it. Take that any way you want. As long as you can manage to keep attacking people, you will be attacked by whatever it is you're putting out there. Governments, doesn't matter who it is that's doing the attacking. With your direct energy weapons and your MK Ultra and your bullshit stuff. Crazy to think. People believe that when you're given a position of authority, it means that you're in power. You're not in power. You just have the authorization to act on behalf of the people. You have no power. You can't make up laws. Sorry? You can? Can you make up laws? Can you? Really? No. Because even if you do, we don't have to follow them. You can set up guidance. Fine. Set up guidance. But there are universal laws that exist that should be followed. And you people at the top, not all of you, trust me, not all of you, and I know not all of you. And I'm very grateful, extremely grateful to those of you who are for mother and father and not against them. Very grateful. So, those people that have the authorization to act on behalf of the people, that's all you should be doing. And if there are any guidance protocols that need to be put in place, fair enough. And we will choose to follow or not follow. And not be penalized because we choose a different way. Father set up some rules. We should abide by those. But all of these other little things that make you money, no. So I'm expecting people to change. I'm expecting it. People are already changing. People are already waking up. I'm expecting more things to happen. I am hoping, just hoping, trying to get this hope out of this depression. I'm hoping that people in authority, not power, you have no power. You have no power. You have the authorization of people to do things that they can't do. To look after them in a way that they are not able to do on their own. You go to a restaurant. Those people, they have the authorization. You would say they have the power to make you your food, to bring it to you, to give you the wine. Because without them, you won't get it. And that's all you are. You are there to do the things that are needed in whatever department that is. You are not there. Listen carefully. You are not there to destroy people's lives. You are not there to buy and sell human beings. You are not there to traffic anyone. You are not there to lord over people. That is not why you are there. In my videos, I've said, if you fail to speak the truth now, in this now moment, you will fail the test. And that failure is going to cost you. That's just the truth. It's going to cost you. There are people suffering all around the world because there are people in this world who think they're entitled to stuff that they're not, who think that they're gods and they're not, who think because they have money they can do whatever they want and they can buy law, and they can't. And what they're going to find is justice. Because justice is not law. You are not going to manipulate people. You are not going to make people suffer, threaten them to do your will because you think you have power. Not going to happen. And the sooner you realize it, the better your life will be. Just telling you the truth. And I don't give a fuck if you believe me. I don't give a fuck. You see, 5 years ago, I started these videos. I'm a good old boy, really. I really am. I really am a happy chappy. I ain't gonna take no shit. And I told you 5 years ago, I wanted to know who was who in the zoo. I know who's who in the zoo. Mum and Dad know who's who in the zoo. The ancestors know who's who in the zoo. Spirit knows who's who in the zoo. The angels know who's who in the zoo. My loved ones, past ones, everyone knows who's who in the zoo. The animal spirits, the marine spirits, the dragons, the fairies, the star beings, gods. Everyone knows who's who in the zoo. That's why it's taken 5 years. I kept doing these videos and people say, Mario, why are you still here? Why are you still here? Excuse me. Why are you still here asking me why I'm still here? Do you have an agenda? If you truly believed there was nothing to be here for, why the fuck were you here watching my videos asking me why are you still here? Fireworks. There's going to be a fair few of them very, very soon. Not just for bonfire night here on the 5th of November. Remember the 5th of November. So there'll be people saying, Mario, why are you still here? Chase is over, it's done, it's finished. Yeah, chase is over, it's done, it's finished. Yep. Now, justice, which is different than law. Something ends the chase. Please listen. 5 years ago, I told you I was not searching anymore. What does that mean? What does that mean? That means I am not chasing anymore. I am attracting. Anything that I need, I'm not going after. It's coming to me. I wait for it. It comes to me. I want answers. It comes to me. I want finances. It comes to me. I want love. It comes to me. I want knowledge. It comes to me. I'm not searching anymore. It already belongs to me. I've already imagined it. It's already mine. I already have the answers. So 5 years ago, I told people that I wasn't searching anymore. And I told Forrest that I wasn't searching anymore. I hope he realizes I'm not chasing. I don't need to go and get anything. it will come and find me when divine timing says it should find me. People wonder, oh, you look different. Oh, you're acting different. Oh, yes. No, I'm not. I'm being me. Excuse me, confirmation. Not acting anything. I'm being me. The reason why I'm different, listen, this is important. The reason why I'm different, because you're not fucking me over anymore. The me that you knew was the me that you were fucking over. And remember, I'm talking about all of us in the whole world that was being fucked over by people who thought they were gods. And the people beneath them who thought they were something. And the people beneath them who thought they were something. And the people who were them who wanted to be something. And the people beneath them who were just a piece of shit who wanted to be something. But as someone said in the chat many times, oh, what a tangled web we weave when we choose to deceive. I clock it all. Because that's my job. I am the truth seeker, truth speaker. When I see or hear the truth, listen good, I will speak it. So, 5 years waiting. Forrest said you'd be waiting. Absolutely said you'd be waiting. 5 years waiting for all the people involved to get in touch with each other. In your little community over there in Arizona. For you to, not just Arizona, Florida, Tennessee, Alabama, blah, 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 lots of places. But depending who it is that I'm talking about would depend on where in the world I need to talk about. So you manipulate everybody, you manipulate the weather, you manipulate wars, you manipulate foreign policy, you manipulate drugs, you manipulate the food, you manipulate us. All that's going to stop. No more big pharma. No more putting the wrong ingredients into food. You know what I mean by that. No more curses. No more effing BS. Again, I'll tell you, in case you didn't get it last time, when the people find out the things that you did, they are not going to be too happy. And there will be nowhere that you can go where you will be safe. I mean nowhere. Not out there in the stars. Not on a spaceship anywhere. Nowhere. Not underground. Nowhere. There will be nowhere you can go where you will be safe when the people find out. You should have told them. You should have give back everything and told them. Really? Monitoring spirits, I just heard a buzz, buzz, buzz. Or someone's trying to speak in the ear and I couldn't hear what they said, but it sounded like a fly just went past. Or somebody's trying to speak to me. I don't know if it's trying to stop me saying what I was going to say. Let me think about that for a minute, because what I was going to say is pretty trigger warning stuff. I'll just wait, see if it comes back. See that I should stop. Should I stop? So the Vatican will not exist as the head of religion. No such thing as religion. Well, there is, but it's a lie. And I don't care how many Christians or Catholics or whatever go up and down and jump up and down, because when they find the truth, when the real Father, in his glory, does show the truth, it's going to be too late for most of you. Remember, if not for my name, I would have nothing. The Father of creation is not spoke about in churches. The devil is called God. Jesus is one of his understudies. They're talked about in churches. But the Father of creation, no. And if it weren't for the fact that his name exists, his one name forever exists, nobody would know about him. So Satan has managed to convince the world that he is the Father, that he is the Creator. He's just a piece of shit, really, but he's managed to convince everybody that he's someone, and he's not. Never was, never will be. And he's managed to convince them well enough that they think the Saviour that he wrote about is going to come and save them. And you're playing it out now. These people in these high places, they're trying to make it come true now. Like, it won't be long before they say, oh, look, he's here. Oh, he's back. Oh. And everyone's going to jump up and down and go, oh, he's back. Man, that'd be like Forrest coming back, wouldn't it? But remember, if Forrest did come back, it wouldn't be the real name of the person that set up the chase. So the only difference with the chase and real life is that Forrest says, I hope nobody ever finds out, which is something the devil would say. I hope somebody never finds out that God is me. Not me, him. I hope nobody ever finds out that I've been lying to everybody, that I'm not really the creator. See how that works? I'm not really the creator. The thrill of the wait, not the thrill of the chase. Attract, don't chase. The American dream is to keep you all trapped. You don't have to chase fuck all. It's already yours. You should have had it when you were born. Guess what? You're going to have to give it up. You're going to have to give it back. Everybody's inheritance. What it is that they deserved when they were born. I've said it before. The only issue is, if you are evil, do you deserve it? Because no, we're not born evil. We are not born materialistic. We are born spiritual. And it's been taught out of us as we get older. And we're told to live the American dream or the dream. In other words, work your fucking ass off to feed other people. A bit like our king and queen. Oh, If you think the Vatican have got problems, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. I am a patriot. I love my country and I will do anything and everything I can for my country. Do you know what my country is? My country is the world. Because we're all the same. No borders, no barriers. And I say that a bit tongue in cheek because send the migrants back. Migrants. Refugees, that's one thing. That's what we were told. Migrants, no, no, no. You know why not? Because we don't even look after our own. Neither do you. There should be nobody who is first homeless as well as poor. Shouldn't be anybody in that situation. Now, listen, homeless, choosing to be without a home, fine. If you want to do that, fine. Don't have to have a home. Don't have to. But you shouldn't be suffering. Like, if you don't want to live in a home and you want to live though, then there should be a way that that happens. There should be a place that you can go that is not a home. You don't have to run a home. But you do have to be careful. And you do have to behave in a way that says you are still part of the human race. I don't know how that, like, there shouldn't be any flies or anything now because it's nearly November. Like, they should have all been gone by now. So I don't know what that was. Oh, people are in. Hey, hello. Hi, anyone on? No, I'm not on. Everything comes to you except yourself. Already here. Happy Halloween, Amy. The fun's about to start. Oh, is it? Yes, it should do. I don't know if some of it's fun though. Now we've got Halloween's one thing, but we've got bonfire night, which is Guy Fawkes trying to blow up the Houses of Parliament, and I suppose in a way, I'm trying to do that, but not blow up the Houses of Parliament, obviously, but trying to say we're being screwed here, everywhere, anywhere in the world. We're all being screwed. I don't care if you like that or not. I don't care if you're one of the people that are doing the screwing. I'm not going to go around hating people. I'm not going to go around fighting people. I don't care. There's a higher power that's going to sort it all out that, is taking care of it. And I just want people who either are getting screwed or are doing the screwing, not that sort of stuff. Although they are doing that sort of stuff, to just have a flipping decent life. There should be nobody suffering in the way that people are suffering because of people who think that they're gods, who think that they are able to take on the creator of all things. What they didn't realize is everyone's coming together. Every being in any plane of existence, they're all working together. Why do you think so much is going on up there? In that book, the Bible, or whichever books they are, same stories, the flood and the Revelations, it's the same thing, different names. The signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, and upon the land. No, don't recognise it yet. Not putting two and two together yet. Like the signs are there. Just waiting for the end of the rainbow. These are the signs. These are the signs. Sign of the times. What was that? Bell stars. It's the sign of the times. So, I am not a person who grew up, going to church. Well, I did grow up going to church when I was really little, Sunday school and all that. And then, my memory got wiped. I can't remember half of what happened. And I say that, tongue in cheek. I just can't remember. I don't know if my memory got wiped or not, but I can't remember a certain part of my childhood. And my life has just been about hits the bottom, I get myself back up, hits the bottom. Get myself back up, hits the bottom. Get myself back up, hits the bottom. Every time that I get to the point where I'm just going to be happy and content, but there's always been something there keeping me going. Like, no, it's not your time yet. Off you go, carry on, start again. And that's been my life. But I think I would give Rocky a run for his money for the amount of times that I got knocked down and got back up. And when I mean knocked down, I mean knocked down. Like, you wouldn't think, like with Rocky, you knew he was probably going to get back up. You wouldn't have thought I was going to get back up. And now I know that no fucker is going to knock me down. And it wouldn't pay them to. Because the resulting karma that they get won't be worth it. If they manage to. So I don't care about getting knocked down because I know I'll get back up. I aren't afraid anymore. I used to be. Like, it happens so many times. Like, don't rock the boat. Don't, put yourself in a position. Don't do this and don't do that and don't do the other. That wasn't who I was. I know who I am now. I've been to me so many fucking times. Like that Charlene woman who sung that song. Always remembered it, always wondered about it, and now I know. I've been to paradise, but I've never been to me. You celebrities, elite people, 13 families, Masons, you've all been to paradise. You've had the money, you've done the things. You don't know who you are. And most of you aren't even happy. Because you're always struggling. You're always fighting the universe to try and get something more. You can't be happy with what you got. And I mean fighting the universe on a daily basis to try and get something that you don't deserve. Excuse me, confirmation. And so those people that have been put in charge, excuse me, confirmation, what I was thinking then, not those people that have been put in charge, those people that put themselves in charge and pretended that they were looking after humanity, who were committing crimes against humanity, those people have been found out. Remember, umbrella, can't hide anymore. You're not able to feed off anymore. Like, you're finding out the kind of nobody that you are. And that's just for these people that find out that they're nobodies. I'm not saying this about every billionaire or millionaire or whatever, because, there are those out there that have done everything by the book. Everything by the book. Really good people who are able to look after others without wanting anything else back, which is how it should be. If that's the job you want. Like, I want to be in government because I want to what? Steal from them? How much has Newsom lost? 428 million, or whatever it was. Is it his money? No. Doesn't care about the people it affects. But he probably won't mind spending 428 million. You're not in a position of power. You are in authority. You've been given the authorization to act on behalf of people. That's it. End of. And if you abuse that, you'll be found out. And if you're found out, listen, this is important. Don't worry about the law. If you're found out, don't worry about the law. Worry about justice. Confirmation. Don't know if you heard that. Worry about the justice. Don't worry about the law. Don't worry about the people you've paid to look the other way. When you want to set up a brothel, Mr. Judge, well, not with us anymore, but you want to set up a brothel? You want to tell people that if they do these tricks for you and have these parties, that you'll reduce their sentence. Those sort of things. You're not in a position of power. And if you are abusing the position, you will be found out. And there will be justice. That judge, not with us anymore. That's not what I wanted. I wanted everybody to do the right thing, to behave in the correct way, in order that we live in a world where everybody loves everyone else, where everybody respects everybody else. I don't know. Somebody once said, can't we all just get along? Or words to that effect. Major Forrest Fenn, I think. Was trying to tell us something. Can't we all just get along? Obviously not. Because there are those people that think they're better than everyone else and think the world owes them something and thinks that they can shit on people for their own entertainment. And you can't. So don't worry about the law. Worry about justice. You will get what you put out into the world. You will reap what you sow. And if your harvest is shit, then take a good look at yourself in that mirror. Don't blame anyone else but yourself, because that's the issue. Keep blaming everyone else. Stop it. Look in the mirror. Jump up and down. Do what you need to do. Get really angry and then say, this is all happening because of myself, not the person that I'm blaming. No? The stuff you have is not really yours. It's stuff that you want to be yours. And you're angry that it's being taken from you, but it's not yours anyway. It never was yours. And you gained it from the energy of other people, the imagination of other people. Do you know how I know? Because you can't do it now. Now that you've lost access, why is your world falling apart? If you were doing all of it, why is your world falling apart? You're blaming other people. You were doing it before. It was all you before. Now it's everybody else. No, it's still all you. You are creating what you create. You were creating from the energy that you were stealing, but now you're creating from you, getting what you created. If you want to go back to the same lifestyle, then create your own energy that creates that lifestyle. Get rid of the shit, narcissistic thinking, the I'm better than everyone else, it's not me, all of those things. Get rid of all that. Accept the kind of person you are. Accept the kind of life you've lived. Find the God within you. Not God, the God within you. Say hi to mum and dad when you realise you're part of the one consciousness. Job done. If you can't be bothered to do that because you have no imagination and you have no heart, then you're fucked. And I don't give a fuck because you have no soul, you have no heart, and you cannot be helped. You're just an evil son of a bitch who is not welcome on this planet. Don't care if you hate it, don't care if you cut him down, don't care if you say, oh, you should forgive him, or you should be like this. No, I shouldn't. No, I shouldn't. They should. Not me. Not me. They or you should. So my life, mine. Not speaking for any of you. I don't give a shit if you believe me. My life is based on what's best for me, Mario. Mario, what's best for you? You and the soul that exists within you. What's best for you? And in doing that, the best for you, what is best for the overall good of everything? Everything. Like, if this thing that you think is going to be good for you is going to be detrimental to someone else, don't fucking do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. But if it's going to be good for you and good for other people, or if it's going to be good for you and it doesn't have any effect on anyone else, then do it. Or if it's going to be good for you and it's going to be good for one other person, it's not going to affect anyone else, then do it. If it's going to be good for you and good for 100 people and not going to affect anyone else, then do it. But don't do it if it's going to affect someone in a negative way. And then we get to what Forrest is saying. We can all just get along. Don't judge anyone. I'm not here to judge anyone, remember. Cast the first stone. We've all done bad things. I'm not here to judge anyone. Don't need to forgive anyone because we've already been forgiven. That will come from the Justice Department. Don't mean confirmation. Don't mean, the courts. Because all that is rich people paying not so rich people who pay even less rich people who pay broke people to screw people over. That's what the law does. I'm not saying every judge, every cop, every lawyer, but I'm saying those people at the top have managed to infiltrate that system. So we're going to get out of that system because, trust me, I know there are some really, really, really faithful FBI people, CIA people, some investigators. I know. And when I say really good, I mean really good. I mean really, really good to the point of being chosen good. Excuse me, confirmation. Too much energy. So, around the world, not just the FBI and MI5 and all that, around the world, Interpol, there are good people being put in positions and places and taking out the trash. A bit like Trump and his garbage truck, taking out the trash. And I know a lot of people don't like Trump, and I know a lot of people don't, what's going on. I don't care. I don't care if I like you or don't like you. I don't hate you, so I don't care. You'll be judged accordingly. If you're a good person, you'll get good stuff. If you're a bad person, you'll get bad stuff. I don't vote for no one. Do you know why? Because they're all corrupt. They're all in bed with, literally in bed with each other. I don't vote for no one. And then they tell me that they can, penalise me for not voting. Get fucked. If you were good enough to vote for, I vote for you. You're not good enough to vote for. You're just not. I'm not saying that I'm better or worse than you, but I'm saying you're not worth voting for. Because all you want is to make your life the best it can be, irrespective of how bad others' lives are. So I don't vote. But I am saying anybody who wants a job, a position in the government, and they are there to look after somebody, better fucking well be looking after people. Because justice is going to come knocking on your door. You've already seen it. There are enough instances now that tells you the game's afoot, Mr. Watson. Or should I say Abbott? Texas Abbott, maybe. There is a house in New Orleans they call the Rising Sun. I wonder where that came from. So, for somebody, please, the money that you hid in the yard, give it to the police. The jars that you hid, get them out. There's going to be so much going on over the next few days. I hope you all have a great Halloween. By the time people who are supposed to watch this actually get to see this, it won't be Halloween. But happy birthday, Whitey. I'm sure if you can read between the lines with what's on the title screen, you'll know what I'm talking about. It's an important day today. It's a sovereign moment, to be fair, written about in the Bible. You should know what I'm talking about. Written in the Bible. It's Father's abundance you're trying to steal. He ain't happy. It wasn't meant for you. I know you want it, but it wasn't meant for you. It was not meant for you. It was meant for everyone. The whole world. It was meant for everyone. Remember? Job application. A chosen person to sit in that role with Father's abundance. A chosen one. Job application. Chosen. Went through the interview, went through the trials, went through the tests, and was chosen to be the one that listened to the truth. The truth. Not all the BS. The truth. Everything that I've said, everything. All the words that I've given you, everything. From the very beginning. Remember, it started black and white. I said everything's black and white. It's good and evil, or evil and good. Should be white and black, really, but black and white. Black and white, I told you. Or ABCs, or all of those words. If you look up black and white, you'll see. We all live in a yellow submarine. A yellow submarine. We all live in duality. Everything's duality. We are masculine and feminine. We are nurturing and we are more, I don't want to say, it's not about being military and that. More, I don't want to say intelligent because people get upset about it, but working in that way of thinking. As a woman and a man, we think differently. That's why we struggle to understand each other because of a different way of being. But if we get in touch, with that inner knowing that Forrest talked about, we will be able to understand each other. If women get in touch with their masculinity and men get in touch with their femininity, then we're able to understand each other. And then we have the light and the dark. And all that is lessons. Either the lessons you like or the lessons you don't. But you have to accept that there has to be the darkness to balance out the light. It has to be there. Which means this bullshit about religion, trying to make us all scared about hell and everything, is crap. Your mate Jesus even said, not taking the piss, but your mate Jesus even said, "Why'd you call me good, master?" He obviously wasn't good. He obviously did some things that were considered not good. Doesn't make you a bad person. Just makes you someone who's learning, who's seeing what they like and what they don't like. Just learning. So we're here to learn. I suggest you learn. In that learning, there is an understanding of who the fuck you are. A remembering. Your body remembers. Remember the song? Memories will remember. Your body will remember. Get to that point where you know thyself. Get to that point where you chuck out all the shit that is not for your highest good. You keep what is, you're fully aware and living in your authenticity of the person you are, which is no airs and graces, no, I want to be better than them, no, I'm worse than them, just who you are. Once you know you, you'll know the Father. Once you know the Father, you'll know that anything that you want will be given to you. Now, this is a bit about free will that people don't understand. The free will is your imagination. You have to trust that you're going to ask Father for something. The Christmas presents, your birthday presents, Easter, whatever it is, even though Easter's bullshit, but whatever it is, you're going to ask Father for something. And up until the point that you're going to get it from him, it's all in your imagination. You can see it, you want it, and you know that because you've asked, he's already said yes, you're going to get it. And then come the time, you'll get it. You'll get it. And that's your free will to choose that. If you're all going around in your imagination, remember it's more important than knowledge, in your imagination, saying that your life's shit, saying that you're always getting these bad things, saying that your husband's a load of shit, or he's lazy, or your kids are never going to grow up to be president of the United States, or well, whatever it is, that's what the universe will give you. That's your free will. That's why your life's crap, because that's why I'm just saying that. I'm not saying my life's crap. That's why your life's crap, because you're telling the universe your life's crap. So, okay, then, there you go. So change the way you think. Stop slagging yourself off. Stop slagging other people off. Stop doing bad things. Because in this world, in my world, in this world, when you slag other people off, boom, comes back at you. Boom, comes back at you. And when I say slag them off, if you're wishing for them to lose their car, guess what? Buy a car. Your car. If you're wishing for them to lose their house, guess what? There goes your house. If you're wishing for them to lose money, guess what? There goes your money. But if you go along wishing, oh, it'd be nice if they had a new car, it'd be nice if they had a new house, it'd be nice if they had a load of money. Obviously wishing for yourself as well. But if you're going around wishing it for everyone else, guess what? Boom, 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 boom. Everyone else is giving you. Because the imagination is working overtime. And it's more important than the knowledge. So, into the unseen, into the seen. You throw that stuff out there, boom, it comes back to you. What do you reckon? Do you reckon it's a good idea to throw love out there? I do. Do you reckon it's a good idea to throw finances, good stuff out there? I do. Do you reckon it's a good idea to hope that everybody just works and lives and is happy and content to be a community together? I do. Because if everybody's thinking that, guess what? That's what's going to happen. That's what the universe will give us. I don't know, there's some universal law in there that says that. So, Forrest wasn't just blowing smoke when he says, why can't we all just get along? Because if everybody says that, guess what? We're all going to get along. Everyone. There's no religion. Nobody needs to fight over religion. Nobody owns the land. Father owns the land. He'll tell you who should and shouldn't have it. And he'll make sure, remember Forrest said, everybody has so much land. Everybody has so much land. Wonder why he said that. The righteous will inherit the earth. The wealth transfer. First, last, first. Like all of these things are said, at some point it will happen. Do you know how I know? It's already written. You see, in that book, the Bible, listen, in that book, the Bible, there is some truth. And that's the imagination that was written down by the real Father. You see, 2,000 years ago, or whenever it was written, it didn't exist. Apart from in Father's imagination. He imagined that in so many years' time, things would come to pass. And guess what? They did. That's how prophecy works. If you believe, it's going to happen. The only way it's going to happen, though, is if you're worthy enough for it to happen. You can't override the universe. Remember, we're in the Matrix. Father's outside. You're inside, in the screen. And he's already written it. There it is. There's the movie. And he's taken that file, that archive that was condensed. Everything happened all at once, remember? It's all in one file. And in that file, you're all together. And everything's happening all at the same time. And you're able to process everything that's happening all at the same time. But some fucker, opened the file. And then we had time. When they opened the file, instead of it all being compressed into one place, they opened the file. And now, in order to see everything, we have to start, gone out of the screen. We have to start here and work our way to here. So, now the file is open, the birds began to sing. Oh, no. Now the file's open, we're very close to the end. Oh, no, the end's gone. Where's it gone? My thumb's gone. We're very close to the end there. We're very close to the end. And guess what? Not the end of the world. Not the end of the world. Just the end of the world as we know it. Boom. And then another one. Another book, another world, another creation, another way of confirmation, another way of living. And then this is written. Remember, it's already written. Got 1,000 years of this now. So it starts here and then up to 1,000 years it's already been written about. So we know for 1,000 years it's all going to be good. I'm not going to say it's going to be brilliant, There are still going to be, off days, but there's not going to be this suffering that we have now. So, when people talk about the end of the world, they don't talk about, it's not about the end of the world. The world isn't going to end. Confirmation. The world isn't going to end. It's just going to change. Do you know how I know? Because we talk about Atlantis. We talk about Lemuria. We talk about all of these places that used to exist that don't exist. And for them, the world didn't end. It just changed. They weren't here, those particular people, but we're still here. We're still here. So, this is harsh, but let's say a culling took place of either bad people or good people, depending on who did the culling. See, at this point in time, the bad people want to cull the good people because they don't want people knowing about what they've done. But they can't because they don't have the power to. And that's a fact. And they're scared that everyone's going to know all the bad things they've done. Tough. I know there's people out there wondering if I know certain things. I know. I keep telling you. I already know. Like, trying to come up to me and telling me, Mario, do you know that this, and this happened? Yeah. Trying to get into my good books or whatever it is by saying that so-and-so did this and so-and-so did that, so-and-so did that, and, nothing to do with me. Bullshit. I know what's happened. I already know. Remember, it says it in the poem. The answers I already know. I already know the answers. That's the whole point. That's why I'm doing the videos. I already know the answers. I'm trying to tell you the answers so you don't have to find out the answers for yourself. And yet, you're all still trying to find out the answers for yourself. You're all still going down that road that you were going down at the very beginning. And I can't stop you from doing that, even though I tried. Not because I'm trying to control what you're doing, because I didn't want to see you suffer. I failed. I knew I was going to fail because it's already written. Like, I can't. Who says I can't affect the future? I can't affect the future unless you affect the future. I can't change anything unless you change it. You have to change. If you change, the future changes. If you don't change, it stays the same. Listen, if you don't change, the future stays the same. What happens in the future? Bad loses, good wins. It's already written. Remember, it's already written. If you don't change, if you're bad and you don't change, the future stays the same. If you're good and you don't change, the future stays the same. The only way the future will change is if you change. And it's your future, not the future. Your future. If there's 1,000 people, 500 are good, 500 are bad. And the future says that the good will inherit the earth, then 500 good are going to inherit the earth. That's it. That's going to be the future. That's going to happen. If 100 out of the bad decide that, I realize that I'm really a bad person, I need to change. I need to repent on all those things that I did and become a good person. Then the good still inherit the earth, but now there's 600 instead of 500. The future won't change. Just your future will change. The future will stay the same. The future will be whatever you want it to be, if you're worthy of it being. Your future will be your future, and it will change if you change it. That's it. That's it. It will change if you change it. But you have to do the things that will get you into alignment for you to change it. So, can I affect the future? Yes. I can definitely affect my future. And if people listen to me, their future might change. I'm not saying you have to. Absolutely not. I'm not trying to make you think a certain way. I don't care. I'm just telling you the truth. You make whatever decision you feel is in your best interest. Don't worry about what I'm saying. Worry about what you feel, what you know to be true within you. Truth. Not what you want. Not what you want. What is real, honest, and true. Based on the truthful information that you have. Not, remember, confirmation bias. Not confirmation bias. Get rid of your confirmation bias and just look at the truth. Because with your confirmation bias, you will always come to the same conclusion. You are right. Everyone else is wrong. Because you're biased. I told you in my videos, I don't have any bias and I don't think to solve something. Because Forrest said, no one can think my thoughts. Which means nothing that I think is the answer. Nothing. Nobody in the thrill of the chase could give Forrest the correct answer if they thought of it themselves. No one. Not one out of the thousands of people. Out of the thousands of people. Just with that statement, nobody can think my thoughts, says, if you thought of something and told Forrest Fenn that that was the answer, he'd say, no, can't be the answer because it's your thought, not mine. To get the answer, if you can't think his thoughts, to get the answer, he has to tell you. He has to give you the information for you to work it out for yourself. He gives you the information and you work it out. You don't think it's the answer, you know it's the answer because it's his information. He's told you the answer in the way that he told you to get the answer. You have to follow the 9 clues precisely. You have to follow his information that he gave you precisely without trying to think of your own answer. Because if you thought of your own answer, it didn't come from his head. It came from yours. Your answer's wrong. You don't need to go searching, looking, or working anything else. If you thought of it, your answer's wrong. Hercules! Happy Halloween to everybody. It started here in the land of back east. Kiwis Road. Haven't seen you for yonkies, yonks. Well, happy Halloween, and let's make you blue. You're a whitey. No racist, doodah, whatever, but you're white. That can't be allowed. You must be blue. Step into it. One foot on the other. Keyword, I'm. Keyword, I'm. 1 finger point, 3 finger point back. What that is. Speaking of prophecy, the Hopi prophecy. I put a video on Facebook. Suggest the next reset on Earth will. It's already here. It's 3-eye Atlas. Well, not a blue star, a blue and a red star. It's blue and red. That's 3-eye Atlas, blue and red. Like the pictures, they're all very similar to what's happening. And I called it 31 Atlas because there's hundreds of them out there, thousands of them out there. Well, signs in the sun, the moon, the stars, and upon the earth. That's what we were told. That's what's happening now. And this was all, remember, in Father's imagination when the Bible was written. The information that he gave us, the truthful information, said that these things would happen. Prophesied. It makes me laugh, these people that say, tarot's a bad thing. No, it isn't. How is the Father supposed to tell us stuff if you're not allowed to listen and be intuitive to the soul that's within you? Confirmation. It doesn't make any sense to believe that is going to be wrong. Yeah, so it's a blue and red star, so it's changing colours. And it'll be seen in the night sky, blah, blah, blah. Don't forget the white calf as well, the white bull, bison, whatever. But they're all here. It's all here now. It doesn't matter which book you read. The being Father was given the truth, and then Satan wrote that truth in different books of religion to pretend that he's the Father. So some of it he had to keep, and some he just changed the names and that. Remember, Forrest wrote, "It's my story, only the names have changed." That's what the Father is. And if not for my name, I would have nothing. That's what the Father is. His name's Yahuwah, and that's the only thing that he's got, because everything else has been given to God and Jesus. And that's not who it is. It's just not who it is. That's Satan. Like, you're worshipping the wrong deity or whatever. So if not for his name, Father's name, he would have nothing. The being that created everything has been taken from him because it's the same story, only the names have been changed. So whatever Forrest knew, I don't know how much Forrest knew, I wasn't there. But whatever Forrest knew, he knew. He even knew exactly what I'm talking about. Or someone was telling him to say these things. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Forrest should have been doing what I'm doing. I don't know how else to say it. The only thing is, he says, don't trust no one, not even me, and it is a necessary evil. The only way it's a necessary evil, Father does it, he puts in a necessary evil to make something happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Adolf Hitler was a necessary evil. For everything to happen to this point in time, Adolf Hitler had to exist, the whole world had to go to war, etc., 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 in order for the people to be in the world that are in the world now, in the place that they're in now. That's it. That's a necessary evil. So Forrest knew someone within the thrill of the chase was a necessary evil, and that he could not be trusted with the ending of the chase. He says he couldn't end it even if he wanted to. So he knew something was going to happen and something ends it. You know, it will continue until something ends it, he says. So when I first came, I told you in my videos, I told Davey definitely, that it seemed like people didn't know what the answer was, that they set up the chase and they just wanted the answer. So this is the truth. This is what it boils down to. Please listen. Please listen. This is the truth. This is what it boils down to. The chest is just a lure. Think about that. The chest is just a lure. Think about that. Really think about that. What do you use a lure for? You're not doing it for the good of anyone else. Confirmation. You're not doing it for the good of anyone else. You're bringing somebody in for your own good. If you're a fisherman, that lure is there for you to catch the fish. It's not for the good of the fish. So, here we go. Chest on the end of the line. Out goes the chest. We are the fish. I'm just telling you the truth. Chest goes out. It's just a lure. We are the fish, and we're trying to get the chest. What was the fisherman wanting? If the chest is just a lure, it's just to get you from out of your little hiding place, chosen, from out of your little hiding place to come and get this chest. Confirmation. Come and get this chest. That to me doesn't say it's a good thing. If the chest is just a lure, it's for the fisherman to catch the fish. Don't hold out much hope for the fish. Which is why I did that video about the fish catching the fisherman. Realizing that these are just lures. Why the fuck would I bite on that if it's just a lure? Why would I want that if it's just a lure? If the chest is just a lure to get the fish to come out and flipping grab it, and the fisherman goes, gotcha, ha 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 ha. No, no. That's what it boils down to. That's all that it boils down to. So, the fisherman gets the fish, the one fish, that fish, remember? The fisherman gets the fish. What does he do with the fish? Now, it's quite possible that the fish is a very special fish, and there aren't many of those fish left. And the fisherman catches this fish, and brings it to a pond where it has babies, and there are loads of those fish, and they have babies, and there's loads more of those fish, until it gets to the point where they repopulate. A bit like the Earth. There are special people on the Earth, and in this new Earth, those special people will be the new human, and we will all be the new human, new Earth. We will all be the new human going forward, and our kids will be the new humans, and their kids will be the new humans until it gets back to, remember, as it was, so shall it be. Till we get back to that, everybody just gets along because that's how they're brought up. They're brought up spiritually, not materialistically, if that's such a word, and they're able to manifest the beautiful world this is supposed to be without hurting Mother Nature, and building beautiful buildings that we used to build and all those things. That's how it will be. Having learnt the lesson of these wannabe gods with no imagination, they live off the imagination of us. They gain off the imagination of us. They use our energy to be wealthy. That makes us skint. So that's all I want. That's what they don't want. That's why they don't want me saying the stuff. Not just me. When I say me, I mean all of us. This is for everyone. And whilst not many people are going to watch this, I'd ask that you do share it, or just share important bits, because everybody needs to wake up. They need to wake the fuck up. This world is not what you think it is, and we are. The best way I can describe it, please go and look for this video, and get others to look for it as well. If you've a mind to, it's called Next Generation Star Trek, where beings are eating, sucking at them as they're walking around in their daily lives. Invisible beings are sucking their energy out of them, and they don't know. And another one, they're playing a game, which gives them a thrill and takes them out of where they should be, their focus. Like, the truth is all around us, because that's the law, supposedly. They have to tell you what it is that they're going to do, and then we accept it, not knowing that we're accepting it. Same with tracks. Read the small print. They set up the words that we use and the things that we see for us to say yes, even though we're not saying yes. We don't know we're saying yes, but we are. I'm not saying yes. I've already said no. So no, I'm not bound to any contracts. None. Except for my love for mum and dad and everybody else. But that doesn't bind me to a contract. I'm not bound to nothing or no one. I'm bound to me. And I offer out my love, but I reject anybody coming into my energy unless I ask them to come in, as people already know. Like, there's people going around doing readings and all sorts of stuff and getting told lies from spirit. Not lies, but not facts from spirit, being misled as to what is the case, because you shouldn't be doing it. And other people being told, I'm not going to do a reading on that person. Nope, go away. Not going to do that, because it's already done. I don't know how else to say it. It's already done. But you're trying to fight You're blaming the people on the earth for the life that you're having, knowing full well that Creator is the person that's done all this. There is nothing you can do that will go against what the Creator wants. Nothing. I mean, nothing. And the reason this Halloween thing is because you already had something planned for Halloween. I wouldn't do it because what you've already planned has already been planned to not work, to go back and, have the effect on you. So, because the veil is thinnest now, there are more questions than answers. The more I find out, the less I know. So I wouldn't do it. Happy Halloween, yes. So the Hope of Prophecy, yeah, I'm 100%. I told Forrest about that. Early in the chase, or late, I don't know when it was. I told him. But the Creator, the stick people, don't forget the stick people, and the, which will you be? Whichever you feed the most story, good or bad. So, Hope of Prophecy, absolutely. New Earth, absolutely. But in that happening, someone's going to come back. That's the prophecy. Someone is going to come back. Like they know about the Creator without having the Bible. They know about angels without having the Bible. They know about the flood. They know about all these things without having the Bible. And they're saying, when this blue and red star comes, this blue and red light, which is 31 Atlas, red and blue, Kachina, that's another thing. The Kachina, Forrest talked about them. When that comes back, they're coming back, which is the sky people. And lo and behold, drones and all sorts of stuff going on at the moment. And, I know the governments, these and rich people, have got things planned to say that the Messiah's coming back. It's all BS. The Messiah will come back. Absolutely will come back. But it won't be the one that they're planning. It won't be that one. It won't be that one. And they are foolish to carry it through. If they do. Excuse me, confirmation. Sorry. If they do, they're foolish. Because prophecy says they'll be taken off. Like, it doesn't matter which prophecy it is, it doesn't matter which religion it is, what tribe or people have said it, whether it be, Australia or Africa or America, it doesn't matter. They all say the same thing. They'll be taken from the earth. What happens to them? They'll get what they brought into the world. That's the life they'll have. What they gave to humans for thousands of years, that type of life, that suffering, that's their life. That's what they'll get. Which is why they should change. I mean, it's a bit late, but I suppose it's never, too late. But the life they wished on other people will be the life they have. That's the life that they have to live. And, people say, oh, it's a punishment. It's not a punishment. This is, you learn the lessons now. If you can't learn these lessons, you will live that life. Your kids will live that life. Their kids will live that life. It will go on, as did our lives, our ancestors. But they suffered thousands of years. And unless you break, that cycle, your kids, their kids, their kids, their kids, whatever, just keep going. The only way it won't keep going is if you learn the lesson now, and you teach your kids, and they teach their kids, and it won't go as long. And I've tried to help everybody, good and bad. Don't give a shit. Don't care. Good and bad. If you're good, you got a head start. If you're bad, you need to work on yourself. And you need to teach your kids to work on themselves, and they need to teach their kids to work on themselves. Or if you're the kid, you need to teach your mum and dad, or your granddad, or whatever. And that's for somebody. So I think I'll leave it there. I just want people to get on. I just don't get why we have to do what, live the life we're doing. Coming from a fisherman myself, a lure is something designed to look like something else, to tempt something to take it. Yeah, and that's what we've had. We've been given the Bible or a chest of gold, whichever one you want to look at, the thrill of the chase, and we've been given this thing that says, if you do this, this, and this will be your life. No, that's a lure. It's not the truth. Because you don't need a lure. It's not about getting a lure. If you're a good person, you give something, you give it. You don't offer something and then say, well, you need to do this, this, and this, and this, and this to get something good. Hey, David. Hello. Hi, Hercules. Yes, that is the title of the TTC Legacy of the Gold. Complains how a fisherman would see it and explains what it really was. Of course, you might like it as it is told by. You might like it as it is told. A trout. Yes, her book. Yes, indeed. It is told by a trout. A fish. Fisherman could get a closure of another kind for the treasure of another kind this holiday season by reading from a trout's point of view. I've already looked at it from a trout's point of view. That's why I did that video, in the sense that why would you bite down on that lure? Why would you do it? For the trout to win, as I've just mentioned earlier, for the trout to win, it would have to be that this fisherman can save me if I allow myself to be caught. That's the only reason the trout should take that lure. Because the lure is only there to catch the fish. It's not there to help the fish in no way, shape, or form. It's there to please the fisherman who wants to catch that fish. So if you're a trout and a fisherman puts out a lure and you know you are that fish, maybe you don't want to bite that lure. Nothing good's going to come of it. If the fisherman is not who he is, only who he can make you think he is. That makes sense. Hush whisper. Wow. Hello. Goodbye. Just come and gone. Oh no, 6 and 7s. That's what the kids are all about now. Whole load of goings on about that. 6 and 7, 6 and 7. Laugh out loud. I am out of touch with the new codes, David. Yeah, the kids are all 6 and 7s now. Teachers aren't too happy with them using the 6 and 7. Not saying that that's what David's talking about. I'm just saying that's what it is. Stick people, is that Justin? Could be. Could be. I wasn't talking about Justin, to be fair, but could be. It's amazing how many J's there are in the chase, though, isn't it? Like John Collins Black, Jack Stoof, or Jonathan Stoof, Justin. I nearly said Timberlake then. Duke Girl Jody. And then I can't think of the others, but there's loads more. Can't think of anyone. Oh, Jeremy. Jeremy. But I haven't looked into those hunts because I already know the answers. The You have to wonder why Forrest said, "Look, I have 5 keys, and if we can find those chests, remember, if we can find those chests, and then all of a sudden we need to find more chests because Forrest had keys." Mario, do you believe Jack solved and retrieved? No, and retrieved the chest, then said, "Do you think you are owed anything?" I don't believe Jack solved and retrieved the chest. I believe Jack asked Forrest about a chest that wasn't the chest that was in the thrill of the chase. It was a chest. No, hang on. Wasn't a chest that we were looking for. It was a chest that was in the thrill of the chase book. So Jack found that chest that's in the thrill of the chase book. Either he found it or he was told it, whatever. But there's a dust cover solve. There's a dust cover solve for the thrill of the chase, which is the chest that's on the back of the book. And if you keep the dust cover, then you keep the chest. That's a solve. Like everyone's got a solve. That is a solve. It's a solve. And it's a possible solve for Jack. So Jack could find the chest that's in the thrill of the chase book, take it, go in peace, and could win that chest, which is not the chest that we were looking for. We were looking for the chest with all the diamonds and emeralds and rubies and sapphires and that. So we're looking for that chest, but Jack found a chest that went to Heritage Auction, which is in the book The Thrill of the Chase. That chest. So yes, Jack could have found that chest, that dust cover solve, that says, here's a chest. I've taken it. I've gone in peace. That could be street. Taken it, gone in peace, and have that chest. But that's not the chest that the Thrill of the Chase was talked about. That is the chest that's in the book The Thrill of the Chase, which is what Jack asked. So I believe that was the case, and that went, well, not that was the case, that could be the case, and that went to Heritage Auction and was sold off. That chest, not the solve for the Thrill of the Chase. So Jack may have a solve finding that chest, but that is not the chest that we were looking for. So however that was played out, I could make that is a true statement. I'm not making it as a true, that is a true statement. There is a dust cover solve. It does have the Thrill of the Chase chest on it, and it is possible that that was the chest that was found, and that was the chest that went to Heritage Auction. So that could definitely be a solve, but it has nothing to do with the real Thrill of the Chase treasure chest. Nothing to do with that. And that's why the chest was not there, which is very, very weird, because Forrest should have just put a different chest there for that. But I'm feeling that he used the original chest in the picture and therefore couldn't sell the chest with the other stuff. Because if it was just a fake chest, that should have gone to auction as well. But the olive jar shouldn't have gone to auction because it was not in the Thrill of the Chase book, in the Thrill of the Chase chest, in the Thrill of the Chase book. If any of that makes sense. JP's hunt, in my opinion, after the read, go find FF's first arrowhead, and that is also an allure. The chest was a figurative, metaphorical lure to attract man to the hunt. All man to the hunt. Well, the creator captured a story worth Netflix. Then a problem came. Bail to JP and hide the truth, in my opinion. What's that? Justice of the Peace or Justin Posey? Oh, Justin Posey. Yeah, just a whole load of bullshit, basically. Just a whole load of bullshit. But doesn't matter. In all of that, it doesn't matter because the truth in the end was the real solve is the real solve. Information was given, and these people didn't honour what it was they were supposed to do. Basically, they're not nice people. They're just not nice people. I already found the big arrowhead in the creek. However, it points to something that is rather broken. Uh-oh, not another blaze. Exactly, Hercules. As I usually say, just one more trip. That's all it took. Yeah, just one trip. It was in the creek for sure. Not buried and not underwater, but in water in the creek. Are you owed anything? Me? Not up to anybody, that isn't. Not up to me. Well, do I think I'm owed something? Yes, I think I'm owed something. Am I bothered about all of this? No, because Father's got my back, so I'm bothered about it. I do feel I'm owed something. Not bothered about an apology. That's probably too late now. As far as I'm concerned, I'm owed the ability to hand that chest over to the Smithsonian as was promised by Major Forrest Fenn. That's what I'm owed. At least that. At least that. But there is a trove that's worth a whole load more, has nothing to do with that chest. But that chest, between Justin Posey, Amy Seeks, Cynthia Meacham, Jonathan Stoof, and the rest of them, Shiloh, Kelly, needs to go where it's supposed to go. That's it. Needs to go where it's supposed to go. And that's the very least. The very least they can do. They are owed the walk confirmation, by the way, of the Hall of Shame that was boasted a few years ago. So yeah, they should get the truth and the consequence of the truth and nothing but the truth. So help them, Father. Tons of imagination up here. Just my imagination running away with me. Gold and more. Turkey's Gold is a New Mexico state titled Fish and More Are the Other Trout in the Waters. Oh no, got New Mexico water regulations there. You know what happens when the gold hears a boot on the ground? It bullets at 22 miles per hour out of the hole 2 feet down and out of your dreams, dreams in the creek where they lie with fantasy. Yeah, solved it, Captain Kidd. all of it. As I said before, everybody's soul is in that poem. There isn't a soul. Well, there might be because some people, you know. I told everybody that I went to the nth degree in that poem. I have solved that poem in every which way that you can think of, and none of those answers is the answer other than the one that I've given, and for the reason that I've given it. And on this title screen, it is vital, Forrest said, which is Old Faithful, but also treasure is Old Faithful, and no one can share the secret of the Old Faithful location. Is basically what that says. It was found under a canopy of stars in the lush forested vegetation. Is just it was found reporting to Major Forrest Burke Fenn. Because those words, so somebody told Forrest where it was, what it was, those words have just been changed, which is what Forrest did. It's got nothing to do with under a canopy of stars in lush forested vegetation. A canopy is a Burke. Obviously, Forrest and Fenn are those lush forested vegetation. Stars is major, Ursa major, Ursa minor. Major means stars. Under is reporting to. So basically, he's just saying in that statement, and only if you know that's what Forrest was doing, would you be able to read that statement. I'm not lying. Look it up. I'm not lying. And because it was found in, under a canopy of stars in, you have to take the canopy of stars, which is the Burke, the canopy, and put it in the forested vegetation, the lush, which makes the Burke go in between the forest and the fen. Because you take the canopy and you put it in there under a canopy of stars in the lush forest. So you get, it was found reported to Major Forrest Burke Fenn. That's what that statement says. I'm not lying. I'm just telling you the truth. I'm not lying. That's how it was found. Like people working out, what's canopy of stars? What? They just changed the words to mean it was found because somebody told him the answer. And he's telling the person who told him the answer that he knows, that he's got the answer. No one solved anything by the poem, no one. Okay. Well, there's only 8 in here. There's 10 in here, but that's more than, usual. I hope your holidays are fun. Closure for fishermen is in Legacy of the Gold, short and inexpensive. Fun for all and another version of FF at 13-year-old. One person solved the poem. Everybody solved the poem. Just one person got the correct answer. Even that word correct. You need a correct soul. It basically just said you need an Old Faithful soul. I'm not lying. Those words, it is vital. It is Old Faithful. The treasure location is the Old Faithful location. The location of the Old Faithful, whatever, however he wrote that, said that. He's just telling you every time what the answer is. Straight to you. He's just telling you the answer. Not every time, but the words he's using is just the same words over and over again. And the trove is world-changing money. Sovereign money. One person was not among the rich trying to become richer. It was given away, all staged. Yeah, the chest in the book was given away, all staged. See, you missed the important thing, Hush. The real chest that we were told disappeared. Nobody's seen it. Nobody knows where any of the, well, say nobody, where any of the diamonds, emeralds, rubies, sapphires, all those things that were not gold, where are they all? Where's the chest? So, no, it wasn't given away, Hush. You talk rubbish when you say things like that. Given away, it was all staged. Yeah, which I just discussed. The chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, was the chest on the dust cover, which is, I wish I could have lived to do the things I was attributed to. That anagrams to telling you it's on the dust cover. So if you, like Street did, give the book and take the dust cover with you, then you've took the chest and gone in peace. And you can have that chest because that's your chest. You found that chest on the dust cover. It was written in the book and you found it on the dust cover. Or you found it in the book. It doesn't matter where you found it. That's the chest that you took and went in peace. Either in the book or just the dust cover. But it is on the dust cover. The chest that went to Heritage Auction is the chest that is on the dust cover in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. That's the chest that went to auction. The only problem with that, I don't know why Forrest did it, is the olive jar was not supposed to be there. Just like the dragon bracelet and all that other stuff shouldn't have been there because it wasn't in the book, in the Thrill of the Chase book. The only thing that could have been sold or should have been sold is the stuff that was in the Thrill of the Chase book, because that's the chest that was found, because that's what Jack said. Is this the chest that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. So therefore, if it's the book chest that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, that's the chest that goes to Heritage Auction. The stuff that was in there gets sold. That's all it should be. It shouldn't be the diamonds or the dragon bracelet or anything else. And it shouldn't be the olive jar. It just shouldn't, because they weren't in that picture, in that book. They just weren't. So whatever they were planning was a little bit wrong there. The olive jar should not have gone to Heritage Auction because it wasn't in the book. So they've got the two mixed up. They've got the chest that was in the jar that was in the real chest, and then gave it to Heritage Auction. It should never have been there. So somebody fucked up with that, because if you're going to have that sold for that chest, it should only be what was in that chest. And the only thing that was in that chest was the gold coins and those, one frog I saw. Can't remember if there was two in there, but there was only one frog in the picture, I think. Excuse me, and the coins and that and the nuggets. But the other stuff shouldn't have been sold because it goes against what was said. Is this the chest that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. Okay, then you sell the chest that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, with what was in the chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, and the two didn't match. So whatever they tried to do then, something went wrong with that. If it is the chest that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, they should have sold only what was in that chest. But in the real chest, the one that they gave you pictures of, which nobody's seen since, in that you had the sticky, which is Old Faithful, and you had the Bitcoin, the coin that was bit. There's your answer. So those are the things that the finder would like. Nobody seemed to know that because they're not the finder. So all the answers are there right in front of you. You just have to hear what's being said. You were told the chest in the book, The Thrill of the Chase, was found. That's true. Everyone was umming and ahhing and saying, oh, this, that, and the other. No, it's true. The chest has been found. It's the right chest. It's the chest that was in the book. I say it's the right chest. The stuff that was in that Thrill of the Chase book picture, that's what went to Heritage Auction, or should have gone to Heritage Auction. The real chest had nothing to do with the find at all. Nothing to do with the find at all. Only the picture that was in the book, The Thrill of the Chase. That's what Jack was claiming, and that's what he asked Forrest about. Is this the book? Is this the chest that's in the book, The Thrill of the Chase? Yes. Okay, so sell that. Now, for whatever reason, either they took a picture of the real chest and he couldn't sell it because it was the real chest, and that's the argument between the 14th century chest and the real one. They should have took a picture of the fake chest. Probably didn't, because they thought somebody would notice. But they should have took a picture of the fake chest, and then that chest could have gone to auction. Then nobody would be none the wiser. But instead, they couldn't sell the chest, so they must have had the real chest in the book. Couldn't sell it because that's not the chest that was supposed to be found. Because Forrest said he was diabolical. So he had a chest sent to auction that was in the Thrill of the Chase in the book, and that's a diabolical thing to do. He's actually correct in what he's done. He has given the chest, not the chest, the stuff that was in the chest that was in the Thrill of the Chase book. If he'd have used the wrong chest, he could have sold the chest at Heritage Auction with the stuff that was in the chest, and that would be right. That would be right, and it would be of diabolical that he did that. He sold the chest that was in the book, Thrill of the Chase, as opposed to the chest that he said you could find and needed to go back to Smithsonian. And that's the truth. Now, I'm not lying. Those are the words. Jack asked the question, Forrest gave the answer. That chest that was pictured in the book, everything that was in there should have gone to Heritage Auction and got sold. For some reason, the olive jar was there, the chest wasn't. They got that wrong. The olive jar should never have been there. It wasn't in the Thrill of the Chase book. So everything started to go pear-shaped. Got it wrong. Don't know, like, what the panic was as to, what's gone wrong and how do we need to address this or whatever. I don't know what happened then. But since then, it's just gone downhill, and they've just been putting out more BS and more BS and more BS to try and cover the original BS that happened, or the diabolical stuff. And somebody put out a video saying that, was it Alberti? Don't know. I'm going to take the chest away from the finder to see how they'd react. Well, they call judgment. So what is in your mind, Captain Kidd? It is amazing how the lies keep on keeping on. Yeah, but not for much longer. Thanks, Sophia. Everything I miss my mind the most. Yeah, I don't know. I go to myself quite a lot now, so my mind is getting some stuff. You guys have become the devil's bitches. I'm not pushing any lie. That's the truth. I'm telling you exactly how it was. I'm telling you the truth. There is no lie. And, I find it insulting that you call me a devil's bitch, because that's the one thing that, I'm totally against. These people are the devil's bitches, absolutely. Anybody who believes in religion is a devil's bitch. Because the Father is not about religion. Like a loving father, you love your father, you're not a slave to him. Like, nobody should be a slave to God. Nobody should be in service to God. In the Bible, you're in service and all of this bullshit, yeah, but to a real father, no, you just love your father. And you honor and respect your father and do the things that your father asks of you, but you're not a slave to him or your mother. And the Bible, what it says about the divine being, the creator of all living things, goes in the face of what a real loving, caring, divine creator would do. It's amazing that people believe that you have to be as bad as God to live, a good life. And when I say God, I mean your God, not my Father. So there has to be a creator. His word tells you about creation. The real words in the Bible tell you about creation, and science will prove it. Father will show his glory soon, and everyone will believe. And those that, it's too late for, it's too late. And those that believed, I'm stuck because Like I say, I cried over Charlie Kirk. You know, I'm afraid to freaking cry. Not because he was a divine person, because what was being said is correct. What he was saying was correct in how to behave. So that's a good thing. But taking people away from the Father, that's a bad thing. Sending people to Satan, that's a bad thing. God is not Father. Jesus is not Father. The story is mine, Forrest said. Only the names have changed. If not for my name, I would have nothing. Father's name is Yahuwah. If not for that, he would have nothing, because everything has been given to God and Jesus. All that he created has been taken from him and given the same story, but the names have been changed. That's exactly what Forrest said. And that's exactly how the Father feels. I have one name forever, for eternity. It is Yahuwah. That's it, end of. And it can only be that because it's Hallelujah. His name, Yah, divine being, God, whatever. Yah, Hallelujah. They changed it to Hallelujah, but the J didn't exist until 1524. So the original praise, the original, praise to the Father is Hallelujah. Yah, Yah, Yahuwah. Praise to Yahuwah. Praise to Yah. That's it. End of story. In order to deny the Father, Yahuwah, they changed the name of his son to Jesus. And everyone's focusing on Jesus' name, but it's Yahuwah's name that was changed from Hallelujah to Hallelujah. And then all the other J's came in: James, Jacob, Joseph, Judas, Judah, Jordan, the River Jordan. What? There's no flipping J. How can there be a River Jordan? This famous River Jordan, there's no J. But they had to continue hiding the Father's name by changing all these names to the J to bring you to Jesus with a J and stop you seeing the truth. The truth is they're hiding Father's name. They're not hiding Jesus' name. Everybody's focusing on Jesus and why that name's changed. Yah is the name. In the beginning was the word being Yah. And that changes the whole look on the Bible. If in the beginning was the word and the word was Yah, not God, Yah, and Hallelujah, praise to the beginning word, Yah, which is creation word. So that's what the truth is. Part of that is what Forrest is talking about. Whether intentional or unintentional, I don't know. I'm not Forrest Fenn, even though in the poem it says you are. But being a creator is pretty important stuff. So if you start with, if not for my name, I have nothing, you end up with the creator. It's the only way you can work it because it doesn't make any sense otherwise. You end up with the creator who created everything has nothing except for his name forever. Because if everybody still believes that God and Jesus are what this is all about, he will never get all of his creation back, ever. And all he has is his name. If Major Forrest Burke Fenn is not Major Forrest Burke Fenn, which he's not, if Major Forrest Burke Fenn is not, then who is the creator? We're led to believe that God is the creator along with Jesus, and we're led to believe that Major Forrest Burke Fenn is the creator. And the real creator, no one knows. Well, not no one knows, but is known, just not been talked about. So, Father, the divine being that created everything, is getting everything back. Therefore, not only will he have his name back, praise to Yah, Yahuwah, Hallelujah, not only will he get his name back, he will get everything back. Everything. Creation, everything. And he will show his glory in divine timing. and you will all see the truth. And for some of you, it will be too late. And I fucking tried for 5 years, tell you, wake the fuck up. If you don't listen good, how will you know? You've never been to the edge, how will you know? Look up those words. I'm not lying. So the truth is, there is a creator. The truth is, hardly anybody knows his name, even though he said, I have only one name forever. It's not God. Excuse me, confirmation. It's not God. It's not Lord. It's not Allah. It's not Baal. It's not Gadriel. It's not Jesus. It's not any of those fucking names. God has not got lots of names. You can't call God whatever you want to call him, the Father. You can't call him anything you want. One name forever. If not for that name, he would have nothing. If you don't even call him by his fucking name, if you don't call him by his name when you pray, fuck all. He's got nothing. Doesn't have his creation, doesn't even have his name. If you don't use that name. And when you use the name God, you blaspheme him. And you take his name in vain, which is something that he said he doesn't want people to do. And Satan has set this plan up that he takes over the throne of Father. But he doesn't realize it's already written. And those people who says, if there is a divine being, why does he let these bad things happen? Because they had to happen the way they were supposed to in order that we get to this point now. As I said earlier, Hitler had to exist for everybody that's in the world now, in wherever they are in the world now, they are exactly where they should be. Exactly. And they are being judged accordingly to where they should be in this now moment that is already written. 31st of October, a birthday which is very significant in regard to sovereignty planned by the Father, which means in his imagination this point in time was already written about, and moving forward already written about. So this sovereign invention in all of this chaos, in all of this virtual fake lifestyle, not virtual, fake, in this matrix, nothing is as it seems. All of this fake matrix that we have, everything is planned. This necessary evil all takes place, or the necessary evil that all takes place for it to end. Something ends it. For it to end. There is no thrill of the chase. That's the lie. That's the lie. There is no thrill in the chase. You do not chase, you attract. You don't need to fight for the American dream or for whatever dream, live in the dream. You don't have to. You just have to imagine and let it come to you. And that's the lie they keep you in. You have to live the American dream. You have to give them everything and work your bollocks off, or come up with schemes and plans or whatever to get to the point that they're at by using your energy, by using your imagination, by you using your creativity, because they stole it from you. You have to call it back, claim your power back, break all the contracts that they've made with you that you don't know about, soul contracts, everything. Keep your contract with your soul. Honor the temple that houses that soul. Honor yourself, trust yourself, know thyself. Live your life the way you're supposed to. Claim your inheritance. The reason they've got trillions of dollars is because when you were born, it went straight to them. That's going to come back to you. And when you get it, just remember what I fucking told you. When you get it, just remember you were supposed to have had that when you were born. But they stole your name, your identity, your contract. That's the difference between land law and maritime law, or whatever it's called. They come up with all these fucking ways of doing stuff. And there are a lot more people out there that are more knowledgeable than me. I only get bits of information. I don't get everything, but I know what's fucking real and what isn't. And I know the thrill of the chase is not what it's about. You don't chase fuck all. You imagine it to the unseen, from the unseen to the material. Trust Father, Mother, trust them. That's what free will is. You choose. You choose. Imagine, more important than knowledge. You imagine it, your free will, choosing what sort of life you want. Goes out, comes back. That's the life you get. That's your free will in action. You know how I know the Bible's bullshit? Because you're supposed to serve God. What? I thought you said free will. If I have free will, why do I have to do all of these things? Why do I have to go to church? Why do I have to do this? Why do I have to wear this? Why do I have to do this at such a time? Why do I have to do that? That's not free will. That's control manipulation. Half of the stuff is very narcissistic from this God of yours. Yes, it's okay to cover me in perfume because I won't be here forever. But the poor will. Shit, no, they won't. Not if you don't want them to be. You're the most powerful being there is, Jesus. I'm just saying as a... What's her name? You're the most powerful being there is. And you're saying, throw perfume on me because the poor will be here forever. No, don't. You don't need any poor. Just make the poor not poor. Just have a world where there are no poor people. Why would you say in 2,000 years' time, Mr. Narcissistic, fucking waste of time, God I'm talking to, not you, God, Satan, why in 2,000 years are there still poor people and homeless people? You don't give a shit, that's why. You can feed off those people, that's why. You don't want them to wake up. You want them to be in that state. So the stuff in the Bible is about a very, very naughty being that doesn't give a shit about your free will. Just wants to control you. That's not what the Father wants. God-fearing. I go to church. I'm a God-fearing person. Well, if you had anything to do with the Father, you would be a loving of the Father person, not a fearing of the Father person. You only fear because He's not the real divine being. The only people that would fear Father are Satan and his lackeys. They're the only people that would fear Father, because if you're a good person, you wouldn't fear him. You have no reason to fear him. None. But you do have reason to fear a person who would want you to waste perfume on him, because he won't be here forever, even though he's here forever and he's coming back. What a thing to say. Hey, what a stupid thing to say. Like, a real loving, caring person wouldn't have said that. But this person you follow does. So, I look for the truth. You don't have to believe what I say. I don't give a shit. But I'm telling you, it's the truth. And I was going to say in the long run, but in the short term, because 31 Atlas is already here, things are going to change. And if you're not on the right side, I don't know. Remember, it's my story. Only the names have changed. That's what we're told. My story. Only the names have changed. If not for my name, I would have nothing. I am the creator of everything, and no one knows me. I won't say no one. Some people know of Yahuwah and worship Yahuwah in the way they are meant to. They love him for being the creator, and they know that he is the creator. Other than that, everyone believes it's God or Allah. Allah, it's the same thing. Same thing. Lord, same thing. Hubal, same thing. Baal, same thing. All goes back to bad man, bad person, bad being. So, thank you. I imagine you with hair, Mario. Yeah, but it's not for your highest good. It's not for my highest good. Can't just imagine these things. Has to be. You have to want good things for people, not bad things for people. I'm all right as I am. I sound like the devil. Why, have you spoke to the devil? How do you know? How do you know? If you are so, I'm not bitter, I'm lager. If you are so bitter, Hush, why not just leave and go where you would be welcome? He's all right. Well, or she's all right. Welcome here. Fear no God, fear a king of. I can relate to that. The legacy of the goal shows clearly that it took the one solver who did not worship the devil to solve it, and the virtues it took to figure it out. Read. I know what you're saying, Sophia. Check your sins at the door, and then you can solve the poem easily. See, that's exactly what I said earlier. That's exactly what I said earlier, Hush. People come on and say, why are you still here? And it's like, well, why are you still here saying, why am I still here? If there is nothing to worry about, why the heck are you here to say, why are you still here? You are welcome, happy, hello. Oh, hello and fallow. Yeah, like, I don't mind what people say and how they think. Everyone, each to their own. It is what it is. You choose confirmation. They now know you're paying attention. Uh-oh. Someone's in trouble. Someone's in real trouble. The I was going to say the Ides of March are upon us for some reason. I don't know. Is there a reckoning? Like they don't just do it in March; they do it in different times of the year. Is there supposed to be a counting up of stuff now? I don't know. That just came to me. I don't know why. The Ides of March. Yeah. So no, there is no sin. Like everybody's been forgiven. Apparently, Jesus died for our sins. Earth is just a school, and everybody's learning. So the things that you do that are bad, are they sin or are they not? And have they already been forgiven? It's the, excuse me, confirmation. It's the intention that is the issue. Doing something bad is a lot different, and hurting somebody unintentionally is a lot different than doing something bad and hurting somebody intentionally. So it's the intention behind what it is that you're doing that is the issue. The wanting to cause someone harm, that's the issue. If what you're doing is deemed to be bad, but just a learning experience, and you're not hurting yourself, well, you might hurt yourself, but you're not hurting anyone else, then where's the sin in that? You're just learning. You're just going to school and learning. So to me, sin means failure. The only sin that you can have is failure to find Father. Listen, this is important. The only sin you can have is the failure to find Father, Mother. Because when you find Father, Mother, you have life eternal. Yeah? The way through to the Father is through me, I am the life and the way, blah, blah, blah. And so you get life eternal if you manage to find the Father. But failure, the failure, and it's a synonym, I'm not fucking making it up. The sin is the failure to find God. You die. The wages of sin is death. You don't have life forever. So the wage of failure is death. You don't have life forever. You're not eternal because you didn't find Father. That's a simple way of putting it. Like, you have to get out of the 3D world. Most of the stuff you've been told has been given to you by people who want to rule you. And it's not quite accurate. And the words don't mean what you think they do. Because they're there to control you. They're not there to help you. They're there to control you. So the wages of failure is death. For not finding the Father, you don't get life eternal. That's your sin. The failure is the sin. You don't get life eternal. That's why the wages of sin is death. Because sin could be a little thing or a massive thing. It's not death for every sin that you have. It's impossible. It just isn't. But that's the truth. It just isn't. So therefore, that lie, that sin, doesn't mean what you think it does. It's just the failure, the wage of failure to find God, Father, is death. You die. You don't have life eternal. That's what's been said. That's the only thing it can mean. It's the only thing it can mean. The wages of sin cannot be death. It's impossible. One little sin, one major sin, and they both get death? No, that's stupid. That's stupid. The only thing that will get you death is if you don't find Father and live forever. So therefore, the synonym of sin is failure, just like the synonym of rib is DNA. Created from DNA, not the rib, created from DNA, the X and Y chromosome, 23, 24. 23 ribs, 24 ribs. Bullshit, we've all got 24. But 23 is the X, 24 is the Y, X is male, Y is female. All the information, scientific information that's impossible to know, written by Father all them years ago. So at a point in time, when the real Messiah comes back, we have all the information we need that science will tell us Father is real. And he will come in his glory and you will know. And if you fail sin, remember, the wages of sin is death. If you fail, it's death for you and not eternal life. And I'm just telling you the truth. You don't have to believe it. I don't give a shit. But that's the truth. It's impossible for the wage of sin to be death because sin could be tiny and could be massive. And if it's death for a little sin and death for a big sin, what the fuck is that? What sort of heavenly divine being is going to give that as a penalty? So it's just saying the failure to find me, not me, failure to find me is death. You don't have life eternal. Simple statement. Created from a rib, created from DNA is a simple statement. X and Y, simple. It's all metaphorical and all blah, 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 blah. It's telling you the truth without Satan knowing that we're being told the truth. And he left it there for us to find. Because the other truth that was obvious, the book of Enoch, the book of Jubilees, the book of Thomas, all of those books were left out of the Bible because they gave too much truth. So thank you. I'll get a few days of not being totally asleep. Trusted is here. Hello, Trusted. I'm glad you're not feeling too bad, Sophia. Should be a common. Cool. I made a cranberry bread with pea protein in it. Uh-oh. 2 slices is a full day's protein and it is yummy. Cool. They grew from the compost pile. There's no truth in you, Mario. No, I've just put it all out. It's all out there now. It was in me, but now it's all out. You don't have to believe it. I don't care. Trusted living. That sounds great. I prefer veg protein than meat. The median is not protein. The blood is pure. Uh-oh. Don't go down that road. There is a name for it. What's it called? And blah, 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 whatever. Saw a film. See, what happens is, Father, he can't help but keep throwing stuff in front of me to tell me, you know, what's going on. And he put a film in front of me, which normally I wouldn't have watched. And it wasn't, you know, great. It wasn't a great film. But it was about these people that misogynists and, you know, they get females that, you know, work with them as well. And what they did was they get these women, these, you know, fairly good looking blokes, not because they like women, but because they wanted to drain them of their blood. And they would torture them so the adrenaline would go into the blood and they could harvest it and then sell it. See, I didn't know those things existed. But Father decided to tell me, even though I know about all the other bad things, that this also is something that existed. Whilst I knew about the blood before, you know, babies and stuff, whilst I knew about that, I didn't know that they would actually torture people because it was better if the adrenaline was fed into the blood before they took the blood away. It's amazing what Father shows me, to be fair. So, and all of these things I have to take in, you know, because when I'm asking for things to be done, thy will be done. When I'm asking for things to be done to these people, not out of anger or, you know, whatever, just, you know, to stop people suffering, basically, is to stop these people having access. And those that have had access, you know, as you reap, so shall you sow. Maybe the very thing will happen to them or to somebody in their family, just so as they get the message that they should stop doing it. And you know, if I've said it, it's true. It's true. It's already true. And you can say there's no truth in me. And you're right, there isn't, because I've already said it, so it's out of me now. But it's true. And people around the world will find out that it's true. And they'll say, you know what? Those things that he said, they actually happened. Today, tomorrow, next week, next year, it will happen. So, with that note, cancer seems to have gravitated to all over. Wow. Haven't you gone to like homeopathy, whatever they call it? Like, I know for a fact that this lady has cured cancer. Thousands of people, thousands and thousands of people, because real doctors don't want it. They don't get paid enough money to save people. If they saved everybody, they wouldn't need a job. Me and David Olsen should do a show together. Well, that'd be a bit weird, wouldn't it? It looked like he was doing something naughty. I'll be here and he'd be down there. That wouldn't be good, but it would be something to see. Actually, you don't see him, so you'd still only just see me and hear him. He'd probably have better things to say than me anyway. Vampires were on the right youth diet, yet movies twisted the proof of youth. There you go. Transfusion is the last resort when should be the first. Yeah. They don't want to save people. As I just said, if they save people, they don't get no more money. Big Pharma don't get money. Like, you've got to stay ill for them to stay rich. If you all get better, they go broke. It's not in their interest to save anyone. The ancients that did circumcision had to suck the blood from the wound with their mouths. They did that to thousands of adult converts when they. Did it hurt, Trusted? Were you there? You weren't the one doing it, were you? Dang, you're that old. Where you go? Heaven or hell? No such thing as hell for humans. Father didn't create hell for humans. Hell is for, the fallen angels and those people. Neither. She's staying in heaven on earth. Well, hell, good luck with that. Anyway, I'm definitely going. Hydrogen to fuel the human body is absorbed through the colon, and the microwave doesn't work without a source of hydrogen. You do the math. That never. Listen, everything that's been put into our bodies that's come from these people in higher places is designed to keep us in a low vibration and not well, and to stop this activating the fluoride and all that shit. Is to stop us activating our third eye. That's the eye that Jesus was talking about. Your Jesus, not mine. Not of your faith, I guess there is no heaven or hell. What do you want from me? Oh, look, the other narcissist is here. Hi, David. David's a narcissist? Dang. I didn't know I was a narcissist. Well, I've been upgraded to the elite, it seems. The little hat guys trimmed the sticks. Narcissist and chief at your service. Bloodthirsty little buggers. Yes, they are a bit naughty. Oh, hold on, that's Donald Trump. Now, I haven't followed too much, with what's happening in the US, but are you actually getting your eggs and stuff cheaper now? Like, is your standard of living better than it was? I would say it probably is. I mean, I don't know, but I can gather that in the grand scheme of things, it would be a natural progression based on what was said that was going to happen. So I would say your eggs are cheaper. I would say your market prices are cheaper. It seems China, I saw, are happy with the meeting they had with Donald Trump. It's all games. It's all bullshit. It's just get you lot thinking, oh no, oh no, oh no, oh, woe is me. Oh, the world's coming to an end. Oh. You have this amazing sight in the heavens, and nobody can tell you what it is. It goes past Mars, where they're supposed to have all this stuff, and nobody can tell you what it is. Not even China, not even these other places that have telescopes and satellites, and they can't tell you what it is. I can tell you what it is. Excuse me. It's trouble for you, elite. And when I say elite, I mean confirmation. I mean, the Illuminati, the Vatican, the billionaires and trillionaires, these sad people that worship Satan, these moguls, these evil sons of bitches, these celebrities, these government officials. Not all of them. Remember, I don't mean all of them. And, if you're a good person, you shouldn't feel slighted at all. You should only be worried if you're not a good person. Not because I give a shit. I don't care. I don't care. I just find out the information and say, Dad, do you know the piano's on my foot? You hum it, son. I'll play it. There's a lot of shit going on in this world. Thousands of years. And it's payback time. Will I get any pleasure out of it? I can't remember. I can't remember what you did. But I know of it. I don't think I'm going to get any. Well, yeah, I suppose I will. Will I? Am I going to be satisfied? Grateful. I will be grateful that you have been stopped from doing the things that you're doing. I will be grateful. It's not pleasure. It's gratitude for it to be stopped. And like I say, I keep getting the information given to me that says this is what's happening. Do you know this is happening? 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 Do you know this happened? Do you know this is what they did? Do you know this is what they did? In the original, when they did, the divine feminine. Do you know they did this and they did this, and this was the person that did this, and this was the person that did this, and these are the people that are in charge now, these are the people that run the world now, and these are the people that are in the realms, and blah blah blah. That's the information I get, along with what happened in the Thrill of the Chase. But that's the information I get, and I want for us all to just get along, and I want the suffering to stop. Like now, I want the suffering to stop. And I know divine timing is very important. And everything will happen in divine timing. Because, please listen, it's already happened. It's already happened. It's already happened, been wrote about in the imagination. Remember, Father wrote it in his imagination, in the scripture. It's already written, Revelations. Everything's going to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. Remember, written in the front of the chase. I wonder if I can make it happen the way that it's supposed to be. It has to happen that way. Has to happen that way. Has to. Can't change it. Has to happen that way because that's the way it already happened in the future. In the future. In the future. We know that Father exists at least 1,000 years into the future. Do you know why? Because there's 1,000 years of peace. So if that started now, we know at least 1,000 years into the future, Father is there. And we also know Archangel Michael, Gabriel, Uziel, and all the other names that I don't know of, they're still going to be there as well. And everything that happens from now till then has to happen the way that it's meant to happen. So I know these people will be brought to justice, not law, justice, when Father thinks it's time, when it's divine time. So whilst I want it to happen now, guess what? I'm not stupid enough to think that's the case. Because if I was alive in 1944, 1941, 1942, 1943, I'd have been going, stop it now. Stop the war now. Somebody get that bloke. Stop it now. But it didn't, because it couldn't. Because it didn't. It was already done. Happened in the future. I might have wished, oh, please, somebody get rid of that bloke. Because look what's happening. Or Goebbels or anybody else. Oh, somebody get rid of him. Look what's happening. And he didn't die anyway. You know, they got rid of him like they do everybody else. Think they're dead and they pop up. So it has to happen the way that it's supposed to happen. We're told that by the fruit of the chase. So I know there are people out there that I don't really want to be on this earth because of the things that they're doing. And it will happen in divine timing. They will be removed in whichever way Father seems fit. Not because I'm choosing it. Remember, I'm only one of thousands. People all around the world have woken up and they're saying, Dad, look what's going on here. I think Dad already knows everything that's going on, to be fair, and has got a good handle on things. So I don't think we need to say anything. We just let Dad drive. Let go of the wheel. Just imagine. That's how I see it. And that's the best way. Because in life, guess what? If you were going to make a bet, you're going to make a bet on a race, and you went, oh, I feel lucky. Oh, I'm going to bet on number 7. 7's lucky. Father's number. I'm going to bet on number 7. And Father says, go and bet on number 7. Bet on number 5. Bet on number 5. Because Father already knows what the answer is. Do you understand what I'm saying? you've got the option to do what you think or do what your intuition tells you, do what your intuition tells you. That inner voice, the one that you don't control, the one that knows what your better good is. Because that voice exists in the future. That voice knows what's best for you. That voice would steer you clear of karmic trouble. Like, you may love and you may adore this person, but that voice that says, they're no good for you, making a big mistake, you better listen to that voice, because that voice already knows the shit that you're going to go through with them. It's that simple. Already happened. There is no time. Remember, our life was archived. Imagine it was a terabyte of information, all archived, all together. Let me just go for this. Do you know why doesn't your computer get heavier the more you download onto it? The more megabytes and terabytes and everything that you put in there, why don't it get heavier? Like, if you have your phone and it's empty apart from the operating system, and then you download a terabyte worth of data, which is a lot of stuff, a lot of energy, why does your phone not weigh any different? So we take this terabyte of life, our existence, and we archive it, and it could be like, you could have just a little tiny dot, pin needle, which is the terabyte of data that it is. Like, it comes up as a square file, but you could have that little tiny dot thing there. That's where it exists, all there. Or you defrag it and it has, this much space. However you want to look at it. But it's just a little file that says, this is life, this is creation. And you exist just in that bit. Boom. Confirmation, can you hear it? Keep going off. You exist just in that bit. We could live in that forever. We can understand it. Not a problem. But in reality, some fuckers went, no, let's open it. 2,000 years. So at one point, everything was all happening all at the same time. You can understand it. You could be anywhere you want it to be. And now, time comes along and now you're thinking linear. Now you're wondering what's going to happen. It's already happened. Just because you're at the beginning of the file that you opened here, you're at the beginning of it, and now you have to travel all the way to the end. When basically you're already there. But opened up time, and now you have to make that journey. But the information has already happened. Like, if you were wise enough and you understood everything while it was all archived, you would know what happens at the end. You already know. Like, you got the information while you were there. You already know. Don't have to worry. You know that as you go through life, these things are going to happen, and you're going to get to this point that you're waiting for, which has already happened. It was archived, and now. So, creation, already been archived, already happened, already been turned into linear time, and we're waiting for things to happen again. We just don't remember them happening, but we're waiting for them to happen again because we can't remember. We can't get in touch with our higher self who already knows. Higher self's inside us, remember. Can't get in touch with our higher self that already knows what's going to happen. one consciousness. Already happened. Way into the future. Remember? Archives. Opened up. Now you have to rely on you here, getting in touch with yourself and seeing what's already happened. It's already happened, but it's going to happen in the future, but it's already happened. You're going to see what's going to happen in the future. And it has to happen that way because it's already happened. It's just been stretched out. And the only time it won't be stretched out to the end is when you get to the end. And you have a new earth. You get 1,000 years of peace. So this movie, creation, has been stretched out, and now we're coming to the end. And this will end, and then there'll be another movie that'll be stretched out. Or archived, depending on what sort of earth we're living in. And whether we ascend, transcend, whatever. And know, remember, this is the eye that was being spoke about in the Bible. We can see the future. We can remote view. We can travel to the end of the galaxy, edge of the universe, and back. Because you've never been to the edge, how will you know? And we can do all those things. And maybe Merlin will come back and teach us about dragons and stuff. Who knows? Said he would. He's not the only one. Your mate Jesus is not the only. I'm not being funny. So, not the only one that said he's going to come back. Arthur's going to come back. Arthur, the king of Camelot. Don't know. All those people in history that said, I'll be back. Arnie, he'll be back. So, just something to look forward to. I hope you have a great Halloween. Please don't do anything stupid. Please don't. It won't end too well. It really won't. So, just because the veil's finished. Keep saying finished. It's not finished. It's thinnest. Just because it's thinnest doesn't mean it's a good time to do stuff. It's probably the worst time. So, if you shaved your sides, you might be breaking bad. If I shave my sides, what, here and here? What? Only joking. Breaking Bad. Sooner or later, people in Mexico and Guatemala will be better off than me. Stop thinking like that, David. You will be your best you if you just think about being your best you. And don't worry about other people. Mario has direct communication from the present, past, and beyond. Very possible. Existing in all places and all times. The Cheetos guy says self-deportation is working. He's a lying war criminal. One share and a travel trailer away from a big score. Oh, one shave. One shave and a travel. Mexico is America, Canada. Mexico is America, Canada. Whole title saying so and states the gates to their front yard. Okay. Out of every chaotic event, there are people making bank and doing other evil. Well, I'm going live later. Well, have a great time. I won't be there because it's already late here. It's 007. Oh no. James Bond. Wow, if that isn't a not coinkydink. What are those words? What's that word? Synchronicity. If that isn't a synchronicity, James Bond. It is. Oh, it's 8 now. It's a good number though. You 008 Bond. The name's Bond. James Bond. M sent for me. Oh, I'm M. Well, then I think I'll go now anyway, so you can go live now if you want, David. I think I'll make some fresh coffee. Oh, I'll have a coffee if you don't mind. One sugar, thank you. The Fenn Ghost. It's All Souls Day, yes. I don't think many people knew that, but you have the All Souls Day. So thank you. Oh, 3 likes as well. Wow. I don't often get likes anymore. Thank you for the 7 that are here. Thank you for popping in. Thank you for listening. Like I say, the more people that know, not because I want likes and bloody views, I don't give a shit about that. I just want people to wake up. The earth is going to change. Nothing anyone can do is going to stop it. Nothing. I swear, nothing. There is nothing that anyone can do that is going to stop the things that are happening now and are going to happen in the very near future. There is nothing anyone can do to stop it. Time's run out. So, thank you. End stream. Ciao for now.